This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
All right, welcome in on a Thursday afternoon. Fleet and Footy here once again. We got a helmet there for the Stadium of the Future, little construction helmet.
The staircase of the future.
Hey, my tweet.
I saw it.
My tweet did numbers.
I saw it.
I am amazed. I was just a little tongue in cheek because we had a press conference for a staircase at the new Jaguars Stadium of the Future, the staircase of the future. Which, by the way, if you look at my replies, somebody was a smart aleck on the replies and not happy about the staircase. I replied to that with a great rendering of what it's going to fully look like. And it's really cool the way it feeds into the design to get people in and out of that main concourse quickly. And there's an escalator for people that don't want to go up 66 steps. Just as an aside. But I was not expecting over 300 likes or whatever it ended up being for my joke that staircase. I said something to the effect of, "What a grand evening. This staircase is officially 1-0.
Yeah, I saw Liv do a little run up the stairs.
Yeah, she was at the press conference for the staircase.
Yep.
Press conference.
Got to see the stairs.
We live in a world of too many press conferences.
Last night I saw the stairs.
I just want to throw that out there. We live in a world where every single thing gets a press conference.
We want more press conferences, though, Stuart. We want more press conferences.
No, I don't want more.
Jack's Wave just had their press conference. Shout out to Jack's Wave, Upshot League.
Multiple waves.
I think
it's a plural. The waves.
Okay, the waves.
You're gonna get some waves gear, I bet.
Of course, you gotta support local.
You're a gear hound, Lou.
I am, but I love supporting the local Jacksonville sports teams and universities and.
Well, let's go fit of the day right off the top.
Of course, we can do that,
shall we? And this is an on loan fit of the day.
It is on loan, unfortunately.
We showcased this video last week in our throwback Armada history, a day in the Armada history from a decade ago in the NASL. That's the old logo. Yep. That was it right there. Okay, you just take the whole headsets off. Come on, you got to show the whole. Yeah, there. Now you're okay. There we go. You got Lucas Trejo signed on the back there, number 3. Yeah,
this is a good one.
It is a good one.
We just had.
That's why I got it.
We just had the This Week in History last week for these jerseys.
That's what I just said.
Oh, did you actually? Sorry.
You don't need the headphones to hear me when I'm 5 feet away from you.
I don't listen.
Not how those
the
work.
Headphones. Yeah, I only listen to you 1 hour every week, Stuart. Really.
Not even the full hour. Not even the full hour. But yeah, no, I think I'm trying to run through the thought process. So they had these charity auctions, for all the different one-off jerseys, which I thought was great, and I hope we bring back at some point where we're raising money and giving away cool jerseys. It's one of the cool things that like the Icemen do it multiple times a year.
Yep.
And then when you go to future Icemen games, you see people wearing the jerseys from all these one-off games, and I think it's really cool. Because it's a different way to show your pride in not only a specific player, but the team that you love.
Yeah, the one time I've done that was at the Savannah Bananas before they got popular. I had like a breast cancer awareness one.
Oh, before they were popular, huh?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Pre-banana guy.
You knew them before they were cool.
Yeah, well, I started going to them a ton during COVID because it was the only thing that was going on. Was
up in Savannah?
Yeah, up in Savannah.
I'm
a sicko, Stuart.
You're a sicko, man. You'll drive anywhere for sporting events.
Of course,
including the Savannah Bananas. But this was a jersey that they wore for breast cancer awareness. But I was about to say, I'm trying to think about like the reasoning for why I would get that one. Because you can bid on whichever one you want, right? The obvious answer for me is that 3 is my number. Shout out to Dale. 3 is my number, and that was always my number playing soccer as well. So I got number 3, knowing that there was probably 0 chance of me ever fitting into the jersey in the future.
That's nice though. It fits your future co-host on Fleet and Footy. You didn't even know it.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I was watching in the stands, and
But soccer sizing is not. It's not
forgiving.
It's not forgiving.
Yeah.
Not forgiving for dad bods.
But I slipped into it pretty well. I'm shocked, honestly. I am.
Well, congratulations. Anyhow, fit of the day. With Big Lou. Lewis, what were you up to last night? I think we have some video to kind of start off the show here of what you were doing this week as our noted sports fan of all sorts. What were you up to last night?
Well, I had to check out the Stairs of the Future.
The Staircase of the Future, yes.
So I went to a AEW taping last night at Daly's place, and I was lucky enough at the end of the show to be able to hop on the stage right behind the ring, and
now, have you sat in those seats before? I believe.
So yeah,
I think I recall you being in those VIP seats before.
One time I was called up right before they went live on TV.
And here we go. What is this move? By the way,
this is the best shot of the night, I guess.
This is the full 6 seconds of video that you're providing to the program tonight.
Wow, Lewis.
This is
That's
Lou,
what you brought?
Yeah.
This is what Lou brought to the table today.
Yep.
Who is this fellow?
I couldn't even tell you. This is ROH. I really don't know.
So this is Ring of Honor. This is
Yeah.
like a dark match after they'd done the whole AEW deal.
Well, I figured, we can shout out AEW, local Jacksonville. We can also shout out, what's the wrestling show here on the network?
Scrap House, baby.
Yeah,
There
Scrap
you go,
House.
Scrap House.
7 to 8 every
Scrap.
Wednesday.
There you go.
7 to 8 every Wednesday. And I believe it replays after this program, maybe? It might. It might actually replay after
What
this
a nice
program.
segue.
So you had fun? Did you have you had a good time?
It's always a good time. Tony was there, of course.
Yes, 3 to 4. Check it out.
Hey!
There you go.
Look at me knowing the schedule that I probably had to build a graphic for at some point. So glad to see I still know that. So Tony was there. Tony came by and said hello.
Of course. Tony's always a joy when he's on the mic. I love Tony.
So he does some mic work for those?
Of course.
Okay.
Well, and you know what? The last event I went to was the one where Shad got in the ring, where Tony got
yes,
where he had the neck brace and
the
everything.
neck brace. Yes,
Yeah.
the tremendous gift that has
Shad walked out in his sandals. It was
that
good.
has shown up where he's like has this look of oh my goodness on his face, which has really turned into some solid meme material.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm glad you went and enjoyed that last night, Lou.
Yeah, it was fun. A lot of fun.
How late were you there till?
11.
Did you see James Gladstone in the background, like completing a trade?
No. Oh, yeah, that's right. It happened. It happened while I was there.
While you were there, in the adjoining Miller Electric Center, things were happening. I woke up to that news, by the way. That happened after I went to sleep. Shout out, baby. Babies will make you go to bed much earlier. Fun fact. All right, let's talk this week in Armada history. We do have some Armada news to get to. I'm just gonna bury that lead a little bit. Hopefully, build the viewership up a little bit.
That idea.
And then we'll get to it here shortly. But let's start with this week in Armada history. And you're taking us back to 2017, Lou. 2017, was that a good year?
2017 was a good
Every
year.
year's a good year, Lewis.
Yeah, 2017 was
Every
a good
year's a good year.
Why not?
Okay.
October 6th, 2017, to be exact.
All right, so here we are.
I know the footage looks like we're really, really far back in time, but this is the footage Edmonton was providing.
Shout out Canada.
We're playing away at FC Edmonton.
Okay.
Got a couple highlights here. A nice little,
little save
by Caleb Patterson-Sewell.
Okay.
I think he's currently like a technical director for FC Tulsa.
All right.
And here,
We're in the whites.
Derek Gebhardt almost gets through on net, who just got in the USL League One Team of the Week.
Oh.
Along
hello,
with Kalen Ryden, also another former Armada player, getting in the Team of the Week.
Yeah.
And here's the nice little header from the big Irishman, Kieran Kilduff, who's now is currently the head coach of Dundalk in Ireland, which is a big team out there.
Is it?
Yeah.
What level of Irish?
I believe
soccer
right
is
now
that?
they are in second division, but I've seen it's like a team that I know.
Okay.
But
Well,
I've seen the badge, and
you are a sicko,
I'm just
so
a
you know a
weirdo.
lot
Yeah,
of
exactly.
you know a lot of teams. But yeah, hey, shout out to Kieran Kilduff into the back of the net there, and now a head coach. There's Aaron Pitch-Colin wearing the captain's armband. I like the giant inflatable soccer balls. There are no giant inflatable Krakens, but
I agree.
it's the second best. It's okay. A little better than nothing. Let's say that. What's FC Edmonton up to these days?
Not existing.
Oh dear. Well,
Not existing.
that'll happen when we go
The
into the history books, going back to the old days, the NASL days. What a time to be alive. So there's your week in Armada history.
Yep.
Anything you want to add to that?
No. I wish there was more goals. I love talking about all the crazy goals. There's some bangers throughout the years for sure that we pull out.
Well, I'm glad that you're combing through those years.
And maybe now I might have to see if President Nathan Walters got the contact for Kieran Kilduff. That'd be a great little interview.
That'd be a great one to have on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about that before we do the show and show his highlight.
Yeah.
Oh, Lou. By the way, stick around. We do have an interview today on the show.
We do.
Yeah, Marissa Lewis, head coach of the Edward Waters University women's soccer team, will be joining us here in just a little bit to talk about the Lady Tigers. Of course, they play over at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium, which we are not allowed to call the Glove, out of respect to Nathaniel Glover, who's an actual person. Okay. Shout out to the Glove. Let's talk about the Academy boys. Another marquee matchup of a weekend. Played here at home.
Yes.
And a big win for the U19s.
Yeah, it was a big win. Actually, a brace scored by our just in a few minutes interviewee, Nico Tafour. He had 2 really great goals. But the U19s get it done. Like I've been saying over the past couple weeks, this team really just needs to gel. It's not just a bunch of guys who are 19. You've got some guys stepping up who are 17-year-olds. You've got guys returning, taking now leadership roles up in that team. Guys that we saw appear during the summer, like an Andy Dunn in net for the U19. So a really solid squad, and Coach Elmar Bolowicz is just putting the pieces together to make this season turn out right. All
right, well, you set it up nicely. Nicholas Tafour scored a brace, you said?
Yeah, a brace.
2 goals for him, and I think the most monumental thing of his week, he got a chance to catch up with you and get interviewed by Llerandi. Let's hear that interview with Nico Tafour.
I'm here with Armada Academy U19 midfielder Nico Tafour. Nico, you scored in the win against Orlando City this weekend. Can you walk us through that goal?
Yeah, I mean, the ball just went towards goal and someone just hit it out. And my first instinct was to just bring it down with my chest and just volley it into the goal, and it went top right.
You actually score a brace, your first 2 goals for the Armada. How did that feel?
That felt amazing. You know, having my first goals with this team and making the switch to Armada has been a joy.
It's been your first season with the Pro Academy. How has the experience been since joining the club?
It's been great. It's been very welcoming with my teammates, the coaches, and yeah, I mean, I've quickly adapted to the club here.
How have those teammates helped you settle into the group?
They've been very welcoming since day one. They welcomed me in as like one of their own, and yeah.
Coming from another club in Jacksonville, what's been the biggest difference you've noticed since making the switch to the Armada Academy?
The coaching, the competitiveness, the trainings every single day is way different than how it used to be with my old club, and yeah.
You made that jump to the MLS next level. How has that level of play suited you so far?
It's been great. I mean, like I said, I've quickly adjusted to it. I didn't think I would be able to, but I have, and it's great to see that I can level up with the players here and with the coaches helping me.
You have those Colombian roots. How has that influenced your style of play or the way you see the game?
No, yeah, I mean, I just come with the background of just my parents, my uncles, and everyone that like has played soccer, that has known soccer and everything, and it's really influenced me, and it just comes in my blood, and I just play similar to them.
Sticking on that Colombian theme, and this one's for the fans, who's the best Colombian soccer player ever to play, and why?
I would say James Rodriguez. He's a great captain, he's a great leader, and he has a wonderful left foot, and yeah.
Thank you, Nico.
Yep.
That interview for the fans. Appreciate that, Lou.
Of course.
Nice. Always good to catch up with the youngsters in our academy program. Give them a chance to chat about their game and their future. Speaking of which, we're going to talk some game. We're going to talk a little Edward Waters soccer. That's coming up next right here on Fleet and Footy. Head coach Marissa Lewis joining us next from EWU. Stay with us here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers. And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow, how much revenue share you can earn. Just imagine.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home. Headed on, here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net. After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Campion Law will fight for you till the bitter end. We suffered several injuries along with the car being totaled. They checked on us literally almost every day for the next 2 weeks, just making sure, are you okay? Do you need anything? Even Chris was texting us, like, what can we get you? Campion cares.
This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
Yeah, it's kind of gloomy out there as we take a live look over downtown Jacksonville. Been kind of rainy the last couple days, dark clouds. You know, that's okay. We're all right.
All right, because we got Fleet and Footy on Thursday.
That's it, man. We're here to brighten everybody's day. It's what we do on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Stuart Weber here along with Llerandi, and we now welcome in a special guest as head coach Marissa Lewis from the Edward Waters University women's soccer team joins us to talk a little bit about the Lady Tigers. And Coach, welcome to the show.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going pretty well, I guess let's start by talking about your squad. You guys have had some big wins this year. You guys had senior night the other night. What has this season been like so far for Edward Waters University?
Our season for sure has kind of been a whirlwind. We started very early this year. July 26th was our report day, so that's fairly early for Division II. But it gave us what I thought was a lot of time to have team bonding, gel, become more of a unit. We lost a lot of seniors last year, which means we had a lot of new girls coming in this year. So just getting everybody kind of just on the right foot, getting locked in, motivated, especially our new people. A lot of girls are far away from home, so getting them comfortable and just surrounded by a good community.
Speaking of that being far away from home, you've got girls from not only all over the United States, but all over the globe. What's that process like, recruiting some of these players to make that jump all the way across the pond to the United States?
Yeah, I'll be honest, some of them were already here when I got here. However, there's been a few that I was able to recruit over the last year. We have 2 girls specifically from Canada, and they found us through an agency, and the recruiter reached out, and instantly I loved their talent, their play, so I got on a phone call with them. Hey, tell me about you. Let's get to know one another. And within like a week or 2, they were on a flight with their parents and we got them locked in. So for me, just recruiting wise, I like to get to know them more on a personal level. I get it, you play soccer, right? But tell me more about your life. What else do you do in your community? Do you play in other sports? Are you in any other organizations? And I think soccer is important, right? That's why these kids are coming here. But there's more to you than just soccer. So, yeah.
How important is that community aspect for a team like yours at Edward Waters University? You guys obviously play at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium, which is a great facility that our Jacksonville Armada, of course, played at this past summer. But what is the community like for the student athletes there? I know the football teams had a great start to the year. You guys have had some big wins as well. Tell me about the on-campus experience there at EWU.
Yeah, so like you said, football team, they're doing great. And when you have like your main sport doing well, I like to think that that's going to bring up the camaraderie, especially for other sports. A lot of the student athletes come and support one another. I think that that's also really big. The other day we had the whole baseball team out there and they're just yelling and screaming and shouting. Some of them have no idea what the soccer terms are, but they're trying their best and we really appreciate that. I do really think though that the student athlete community supports each other and that really does bring up the atmosphere and the energy within the student athlete experience.
Being so core in downtown Jacksonville and having such a nice facility, how do you think that impacts, when these girls fly over here and they see Edward Waters University, where they are, in the city?
Yeah, so just from the experiences that I've seen, some of these girls, first off, they're coming through right the airport, so it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere almost, and they're driving through downtown. They're like, I don't know, based on like location, but then they get to the campus and then they see the facilities. Our campus was started in 1866, right? So it's a little older, more traditional brick and the wrought iron gates around everything. But then you walk in the buildings, you see the field specifically, and it's like, oh wait, this isn't the 18th century vibes. This is more of like 21st century. I feel like this could be a good fit for me. And it's just always funny. I'm a little younger, like I just turned 28. And so I'm almost still in that same generation as a lot of these girls. So they like say the same, we think the same, we have kind of the similar lingo, the way we describe things. So they're like, oh yeah, like this is pretty fire. And I'll be like, yeah, this is supposed to be professional, so I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to you, but yeah, I think overall, just you get the like drastic change from the airport to the city to the school, so you have a whole like trajectory that you go through. It's kind of like a full immersion experience almost.
I've been trying to get Stuart in on my lingo,
No,
my young guy lingo.
it's not going to happen on this program. Lewis will attempt to say things like fire and who knows what Starboy, and I don't know what you're thinking over there in that seat across from me, but yeah, that's. But you hang out with the MLS Next Academy kids a lot, and they probably make you feel old, Lewis, because they're U16s, 17s, and 19s.
They say some stuff that I have zero clue about, Stuart. They definitely do make me feel old.
About 6-7 times a day.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a clip.
Yeah, I'll throw one in there. I still have no idea what the hell that even means, but you know what? It's something that the kids love to say. So
I love it.
I was at a high school football game a couple weeks ago, and the score at the end of the first quarter was 6-7, and all like the kids on the sideline were going nuts, and I was just like, oh, come on. Yeah. Especially since in our business, we would never say it that way. You always say the higher score
of
first.
Course.
It was 7-6, but they're like, no, it's 6-7. Look at the board. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Coach, to get back back on track here, tell me a little bit about Division II soccer here in the Sunshine State. I know we probably have a lot of talent down here, simply because of the fact that we're able to play soccer year round. But what do you see from the coaching perspective with all the teams locally and these Division II programs you guys face off against?
Yeah, I think the talent here in Florida is spectacular. A lot of these girls probably could and should be playing D1. You've got like the teams like Nova, Florida Southern, St. Leo's, and then some other big ones, Tampa, all the ones on like the west side of the state. Incredible. I watched their film. I'm like, wow, they are operating like an academy team. We played against Nova, and a lot of our girls were thinking, oh, well, they just move everywhere. I don't know who's playing where. And I'm like, well, that's great. I love that we get to learn how we can develop our team, but also you guys get to see what it looks like for a phenomenal team to operate in their offensive motion forward. Nonetheless, though, the talent here is, absolutely stunning in Florida. I'm from Ohio, so seeing that transition, like D3 teams up there and D2 teams are just like, meh. You know, you're really trying to go D1 if you're from Ohio, but I came down here last year and I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is like pretty raw soccer.
Yeah, it is one of the things that, we in our industry try and, impart to people that are making those college decisions, kids and their parents. Division I is not a be all end all when it comes to being able to play in the state of Florida. It's all about finding that right fit, finding that right program. And you kind of mentioned it is kind of finding a program that is on that upward trajectory. What about your performances and your squad give you that confidence that, hey, that's what we're doing here at Edward Waters? We want another team to maybe come here one day and say, oh, look at these players and how they're moving without the ball and doing all these things. What about your results and what you've seen in your squad gives you that confidence that, hey, that's the track that we're on to one day be one of these schools?
Absolutely. So within our team, a lot of our players are excellent individually. Now it's how are we getting all of you to be on the same page, on the same field, moving and shifting together, ultimately just being a unit. And maybe you've seen some of our girls. We have our international team players, and they play on their national teams. These girls are so excellent in their motion and everything that they're doing on the field. So the goal is once we are fully locked in together, when we're learning, we're watching the film, we're going out and doing our technical ability work. Once that clicks, I keep telling the girls, like, it's going to be like a light bulb in your brain. It's just going to flick on. You're going to be like, oh, wait, I think I finally get it. So this is kind of like a transitionary building period for us. We lost, I think I said it earlier, we lost 12 seniors. We're about to lose 7 seniors coming this year. So big rebuilding phase for us. And I'm really excited because we have our core group that will still be here, our little younger players. But then we bring these next kids in. And I was the assistant coach last year, came on as the full head coach this year. So I wasn't able to, you come in with what you're given. So now it's like, all right, it's our time to step up and select who we want and build what we want starting now.
I don't know if you're giving your team enough credit there, because there's a couple of times on this show we've put up some score lines on here. 14 goals in one game.
Yeah.
Couple 2 touchdown performances there, Coach.
Yeah. Can you walk us through what a matchup like that is like?
It's kind of electric, I guess you could say. But one of the games, I think it was the second time we played Allen, it was excruciating hot. It was midday. We were at Allen, and on a turf field, so it's even hotter. The score was 1-0 for the first 28 minutes. And I was like, ladies, what are we doing? We played them once already. It's time. You have to turn it on. You know that you can score 14. Show me today that you can do it again. So I think the girls were amped. We had girls who have never scored before in college, and they're seniors, and they finally had their opportunity to score. And I always say, your opportunity will come, your moment will come, but let's play as a team and work together so that way you can have your moment.
Yeah, those are sometimes the hardest matches, by the way. The one where you had already, handled your business against that team earlier this year. You can beat them by a sizable margin. Then you got to face them a second time, and you have that in the back of your head. Oh well, it was easy last time. It's going to be easy this time. I mean, right. that can certainly be a mental hurdle to jump through. Coach, we'll wrap up with this. You guys have 1 month left in the season, 7 matches to play. What's the plan? What's the goals? What are you hoping to accomplish here over this final stretch? A lot of these games away from home, by the way, so a lot of good road tests. 5 of the last 7 on the road before home match on October 24th, and then the home finale November 4th. So talk to me about your big goals and aspirations here as you guys come down the stretch.
Yeah, so our really main goal is to get wins. I know that may seem kind of meh, but we just lost last night to a team we should have at least tied. We are facing some adversity right now with some injuries, and people have some personal issues going on, which is totally understandable. I get it. But how can we now flip the switch, lock in, but then also kind of like show the community that we deserve to be out here? Like, we're a good quality team who's playing excellent soccer. Let's prove people wrong. Like I always tell that to our girls, prove them wrong. Yeah, football may be the main sport here, but how can we make soccer the main sport? How do we get people to care about what we are putting on the field? So obviously getting those wins, and then ultimately, I love team bonding and just being a community as a sort. So continuing to just build an atmosphere where our recruits can see that, oh, this is a place I want to be, or this is a place that seems just genuine and authentic, and a family-based environment.
Well, Coach, we certainly appreciate your time coming on the program with us today. That is Marissa Lewis, head coach of the Edward Waters University women's soccer team. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, that is Coach Lewis jumping in on the program here. Talk a little Fleet and Footy.
I think we've had every college coach on here but an Edward Waters coach within North Florida. So.
Yeah, of course, the program's still pretty new. 2022 is when they debuted along with that new field. They actually played on that field before the football team played on that field, just
awesome.
Simply because of the way the schedule worked out. I remember our cameras were there for the first ever game and first goal. So great to see that program continuing to move forward. 4 wins so far this year. As mentioned, a lot of road games coming up, but go check them out on October 24th, little Friday night football. You check that out. And then Tuesday night football. I don't know. There's no Tuesday night. Does the MAC still play football on Tuesdays?
Starting today. Thank you for saying this.
Okay.
Starting today, we have 46 consecutive days of college football.
Wow.
Or football, excuse me, not college,
just football.
just football.
Okay.
It'll be November, I think, 27th before there is a day without football.
So the MACtion.
We got
going.
MACtion, baby.
We got MACtion. Wow. Well, because Conference USA has kind of jumped on the Wednesday boat.
Yeah.
I know simply because I follow the college football tour guy. You know that guy on Twitter?
Mm-mm.
It's like
posts where the
college
games
football tour. This guy goes to games every single day.
Gosh.
And on Saturdays, he's usually going to 2. Last year, he set the Guinness record by going to 104 college football games. And he'll go to a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 Saturday games every weekend. And he's going around. It's really a fascinating follow on the.
Yeah, it probably takes a lot more logistics.
It's a lot of logistics. But this week's an easy week for him because he's got all games in Texas. So he went to UTEP last night. I don't know, North Texas tomorrow. Another one tonight that's in Sam Houston tonight in Texas. So he's got
Sam Houston.
He's got an easy weekend with 5 games in 4 days, all in the same state. Albeit a state that really spreads about 9 states wide.
Facts.
You could drive 16 hours on the same highway and still be in the same state.
Don't get me started by wanting a train.
He gets to watch the Gators get cooked in Kyle Field Saturday night.
Is that on his thing?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it is.
Wow, he's missing out.
Well, he's been to all 136 FBS stadiums.
Ah.
He's really been trying to knock off as many FCS.
Bro.
He's at 103 out of 129. He's only got 26 to go. It's at CFB Campus Tour, by the way, if you wanted to check that out. It was at the Sun Bowl last night.
Should get him on the show.
If this was a college football show, maybe I would.
I mean,
if only we had someone who had a college football show.
I'm all set.
You should have him on the show since you have a college football show. If he wants to talk about soccer, I could get him on this one. But you should have him on the show.
Maybe.
He does SMU and then UT Commerce is his doubleheader on Saturday. Stanford, SMU, and then I'm looking at the logo. I'm going to guess that's Incarnate Word at Commerce. It's a red bird. Oh, am I going to get this right? Oh, let's see. Yes. It's not right. I'm wrong. It's a different red bird. I don't know who they're playing this week. Texas A&M Commerce is the Lions. They are home. Now I need to know what it is. To Lamar. Should have known it was Lamar.
That's insane.
I don't even know Lamar. Are they like the Cardinals or some sort of red bird also?
They are.
Okay.
They actually are.
All right. Well, speaking of college, great chatting with Coach Lewis there from Edward Waters. Really went off the rails there talking about the CFB campus tour. Go follow him on Twitter. Interesting stuff. He does obstructed views. One of my favorite parts of his trips. He finds the most obstructed view seat in each stadium and sits in it and you can only see 20% of the field.
Goodness.
It's a good follow.
It's a good follow. Good follow. Okay. Let's do your college football roundup from this past week. And Lou, UNF just keeps winning.
Yeah, Hambo, I don't have these highlighted on the rundown, but their pictures are in there. UNF, since the last time we hopped on the show, have gotten a couple really big victories. They win against Florida Gulf Coast 2-1, come back from behind.
That's the more important one because that's the conference play.
Exactly. And then they go up to South Carolina to play College of Charleston, where Bamanzi Alabarujo plays his soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's out for the year, right, with an injury?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. But
it's a dub.
They get the win. 3-0.
That's 8 in a row
Luke
now.
Granator does get a goal as well as Mark Romano.
He's been a scoring machine, Luke has. I think
got
that's five this year?
Yes.
Wow. Certainly been a great season for Luke Granator.
And this Saturday they play the Mad Hatters of Stetson University.
I don't think that's
at
their
Hodges
name.
Stadium.
They're just the Hatters. They're not. They'll be mad when they leave.
Exactly.
All right. How about the JU men?
JU men haven't had the best of results recently. They had a 0-0 draw away to the Mad Hatters, and a 2-3 loss away at UAB. But Christian Secanina,
former Armada goalkeeper,
wins ASA Goalkeeper of the Week.
All right, shout out to Christian.
This Saturday they play Florida Gulf Coast.
Okay.
At home.
All right. That's how they do it. They match them up.
Yeah,
right?
it's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny.
So whoever JU played, UNF plays, and vice versa. Let's talk about the UNF women, and then we'll actually get to a soundbite from this one, Hamby, if you want to get that ready. UNF women coming off a 1-0 win against Stetson, and then a lopsided loss to Florida Gulf Coast, who they, by the way, host tonight at 6. Gulf Coast is one of the top teams in that conference, so great chance to go out and support the Lady Ospreys. Pink out night. Lou's already ready. You are ready to go.
I'm ready.
6 o'clock tonight at Hodges Stadium, home of the Ospreys, as they will play host to Florida Gulf Coast University. A bit of history recently, by the way, for UNF's women's soccer team, capturing the 50th all-time win in program history. And if you didn't know, we actually now have a UNF show right here on the network on Action Sports Jacks 24/7. You can check it out every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. It's called Talon Talk. And earlier this week, Coach Eric Falconer, the head coach of the women's soccer team from UNF, joined Brent Martineau and Richard Miller to talk about that big milestone for the Lady Ospreys.
What did 50 wins mean for you, other than a bit of an ice bath?
Oh, it's great to have 50 wins at North Florida. It's been a great place for me, and I just enjoy being at UNF and everything it represents. And but we've had a lot of good teams and players over the years. And my staff, so I kind of look at it as obviously they're the ones that win the games. I'm just kind of the one that kind of sits on the sidelines and watch it unfold. But to have that recognition, to have our players kind of have that moment was really, really special.
Oh, he's too humble. You play a role in it as the coach.
Definitely. Tommy has those same kind of answers. He
always does.
It's on the players. It's on the players.
It is, but at the same time, those players haven't been there for all of those wins.
Exactly.
Exactly. The coach has to pick which players to go out there and provide the wins. I think the coaching deserves a big attaboy as well. And if you want to check out more of that interview, by the way, check out the Action Sports Jacks YouTube page. Same place you can check out Fleet and Footy for the most recent edition of Talon Talk from Tuesday at 2 o'clock. And they'll be back next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Although Brent will not be on that program, as he and I will be...
London's calling.
In London. That's right. Finally, talk about the JU women, Lou.
Look at this graphic.
This is pretty cool.
This is impressive.
You like to see this.
They lose on the road to Florida Gulf Coast, another lopsided loss, just like UNF, but they get the win at Stetson 4-1 and continue their high-scoring offense throughout the whole year. Number 3 in the nation right now, Stuart, just behind Stanford and Notre Dame. Of course, 2 ACC powerhouses.
Have they also played the team EWU played? Allen? Get 14 against them?
No, they did not. No. But tonight, they do play Stetson at home.
Okay.
It's a pink out as well over there.
All right.
At the Oak. So
look at that. You had all the graphics ready to go.
You've got a couple choices
you could
to
be,
watch
by the way,
in Jacksonville.
If you were a true sicko, you could be like the college football tour guy and start at the UNF game, get a half and a half of that. Solid half, and then head over to JU and do the doubleheader. I've had to do that for television working purposes before, but as a as a fan, you could do that.
Yeah.
I want you to do that. In fact, Lou,
We can do that one day. Today?
tonight, you need to go and do that tonight.
It's not on the calendar.
Not on the docket. Okay, that's all right. Okay, well, that's it for that.
Yep.
Your college soccer roundup.
Yep.
Again, appreciate Coach Lewis jumping on the program with us here.
A lot of fun.
Talk Edward Waters. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got a lot to get to in the world of soccer and locally. We'll jump into that little bit of news that kind of leaked out earlier this week, try to give you a little bit of an update and some perspective from our end of things, which is coming up next right here on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, Lou. Wave, Hamby. Wave at the camera. Yeah, there we go.
Ancla Dorada. The official bear of your Jacksonville Armada.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7. People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
Welcome back. Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. We do it every Thursday at 2 o'clock. Next week's show I'm going to be calling in for. It's going to be 7 o'clock local time for me as I call in.
Nice.
Over across the pond. Assuming there's good internet. We might have to get a picture ready of me in case the video quality isn't coming through.
We'll find a good one.
There's some good ones out there.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to grab a still frame from when I tried out for the Armada in 2014.
It's not a bad call.
It's not a bad one. We'll see. See what we can do. Hey, welcome back to Fleet and Footy. Stuart Weber here, along with Louis Llerandi. And let's jump into it, shall we? And look, we're going to provide whatever context we possibly can here because, as legal proceedings tend to work, you can only say so much. And sometimes you just got to let the people at home figure it out for themselves. And a lot of people at home have figured some things out for themselves. Hamby, go ahead and pop up that document for me if you don't mind. And really, this is the stage we're in, right? This document was tweeted out by @LowerLeagueUSA earlier this week. And basically what this is the registering for an LLC. Of course, you may notice Jacksonville Armada Soccer Club LLC up at the top. And then more information below, lawyer stuff, a principal address, a mailing address, and a name at the bottom as well with Champion Football Club, Jacks LLC. And basically what I will say is folks at home are welcome to go on Sunbiz, which is basically where you can find all these legal documents, legal proceedings, and you can go look into it even more if you would like. What does an LLC mean, Lewis?
Lewis Llerandi Company.
That's right. An LLC is a Lewis
baby.
Llerandi Company.
Yep. Yeah.
That's not what it actually means. Basically what it is it's a legal document that is part of a process that involves ownership. And these are things that will happen down the road. So basically the thing I can tell you is you can go to Sunbiz, you can click on that document. There is a PDF attached to it, and at the bottom, there's a name signed on it. And like I said, there's an address on that document that basically tells you everything you need to know. So does this mean things are done? No. Does it mean things are in the process of being done? Yes. That's generally how this works, right? So as things continue to develop in the background, we will continue to watch.
Yeah, stick around every Thursday, 2 to 3. You'll catch the news right here.
Yeah, and I know it's frustrating because it's like you want to just be like, okay, well, this means this, and this, and then in the future it's going to mean this, and this. It's not exactly how that works, right? Now, it's certainly an indicator of where things are going, and as you can see in the chat, I'm doing my best, Derek. I'm doing what I can, and look, people like Derek on Twitter have connected some of those dots for you. Go give him a follow on social media. He will do some dot connecting for you. And as Ian says, a great move for the team. So there are dots that can be connected out there. Clear as mud. Thank you, Dana. I'm trying my best to do that, right? Obviously, this program affiliated with the Jacksonville Armada. And when a statement is ready to be sent out by the Jacksonville Armada, guess where you'll hear it first?
Right here. On Fleet Footy.
Probably not, actually. They usually send stuff out before we get to Thursday at 2:00.
You'll get a nice email, I'm sure.
I'll get an email, but I'd love it to come out right at 2:00 on Thursday. And if we could, we would. We would love to do that for things in the future. Basically, the best thing you can say is stay tuned. We're still working on things in the background. Everything is still developing as we continue to move forward. We're in the same place we were in the past, but we're moving forward, and that's the key. How was that? Was that clear as mud?
I think that was good.
I'm doing what I can.
It's like your media train or something,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited about what this news means, and I think fans at home should be excited about it as well. It's a positive development and a positive step forward. So we will continue to take steps forward. We do that with our feet.
Yep.
And our fleet, and our footy.
You know what I'm also pretty excited about, Stuart?
What are you going to segue out of this for me to get me out of the mud, Lewis?
I'm excited about this U.S. men's national team game that's happening tomorrow.
All right.
Because
carry on.
You can go to Bottlenose Brewing and watch it with the American Outlaws of Jacksonville tomorrow night at 8:30. Little friendly action before we get going in the 2026 World Cup just around the corner. Against Ecuador in Austin, Texas. Should be a pretty good matchup.
I went to a U.S. men's national team game in Austin, Texas.
At the MLS stadium.
Yeah.
That's a nice stadium.
It was a Gold Cup match against Qatar.
Right. That's right. I was going to say, I remember you telling me that.
Quite a few moons ago.
Yep. And they follow this game up with a game on October 14th versus Australia in Colorado, which I'm sure if you follow at AO Jacksonville on social media, they'll be posting about where that next watch party will be, but got some interesting matchups. Going to be cool to see once again how this new Pochettino roster gels together.
He made some news with a quote the other day, didn't he? About like your name doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, who was that directed at?
I think it's directed at a lot of the guys that were comfortable under the Greg Berhalter
Honestly, no one
era.
but Christian should be comfortable. Maybe that's the point he's trying to get across.
Yeah.
Because nobody but Pulisic should be comfortable.
Well, you've only
Anybody below him, you're on the chopping block, in my opinion.
You've only got one MLS guy in the squad. That's because Pochettino's saying they're in the middle of playoffs, so he's going to let them stay at their clubs. So it will be interesting to see how much of that is influenced by, not having these big names and just saying, okay, we want to take the quote-unquote best guys. They might come from MLS. They might come from different leagues. But I agree with you that it's going to be an interesting time.
All right, we'll jump back to MLS here in a second. How about the U20 World Cup?
Yeah, this has been exciting to watch.
Facing Italy today.
Yeah, it's been hosted.
They won over France, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been hosted in Chile. If you want to throw up that pick one ham bone. We were in a group with France, New Caledonia.
It's much better than Old Caledonia.
Yep, and
I've heard
South
that.
Africa.
Okay.
We actually get the win over France and New Caledonia.
Okay. I was about to say, please tell me we didn't lose to New Caledonia.
Yeah,
Okay.
we get a 9-1 win. We actually conceded, which is unfortunate.
But that's where we got our goal differential rocking.
Yep.
Right?
I'm
sure everyone beat them by like 10, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We lose against South Africa in the final matchup, but we go through into the first.
Okay.
Then we go into the
Let's
knockout stages.
Let's go to the bracket.
And some of these games have already taken place. We'll be starting up this match, USA versus Italy, in just 30 minutes, about 30 minutes from now.
We'll be locked in.
And
you'll be locked in.
yeah.
I'll be doing work.
I'll be locked in.
Okay.
I'll definitely be locked in.
All right. So good luck.
But it's been exciting to watch.
To the Baby Yanks.
Baby.
Or is that even lower? Is that like U17? They call the Baby Yanks?
This would be the highest ranks of the Baby Yanks.
There's
if
no
that makes
U23.
sense.
U20 is the highest for the youth. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck to the Baby Yanks. Go get it done.
I like that.
Go take care of business in that one. All right. World Cup ticket prices. You just want to get me riled up with something here?
Yeah, I wanted to show you this graphic because I know you would get riled up about it. So these are some of the comparison ticket prices.
From last year,
from 2022
oh my goodness gracious.
to 2026.
Okay.
Obviously, the most profitable World Cup ever of all time was the United States World Cup over here. So
Holy
it's looking
cow.
like it's going to be on track to be that once again. Here are just some of the ticket prices. But it's honestly, it's daunting to look at. I don't know if I'm going to see one game anywhere.
You're definitely not seeing the final match.
I'm going to go to the third place
The
match.
cheapest, oh my goodness. The cheapest get-in price for the final match is $2,000.
Yeah, I mean that's
$2,000 for a nosebleed seat.
Absurd.
For a final match is
in
absurd.
MetLife Stadium. Not the greatest,
Okay, so have we already applied for our credentials? Because that's the only way we're going.
Yeah. So right now,
I don't know.
reason
You're a
why
sicko enough to where you'd buy some of these.
Maybe the reason why we're able to have some of these prices right now is because 1 million tickets were made available in a pre-sale, which is about 15% of the total ticket inventory. And so you're already seeing these tickets go on resale for the people who bought them through Visa, I think it was. And
So people are buying these.
Oh yeah, because you had to sign up for a
Because
pre-sale.
they didn't buy the Club World Cup seats.
I did.
Well, again, the non-sickos did not buy the Club World Cup seats.
Yep. And that was the testing ground for this 2026 World Cup. So
I guess it worked.
Yep.
All right, MLS Next Pro playoffs preview.
Yeah, we have touched on MLS Next Pro in various ways.
You and me both, Ian, by the way.
Through interviewing Armada alumni and taking a peek in at what's going on. But right now, we've got the playoffs going.
Okay.
The weird thing about MLS Next Pro is
And
that...
Hamby, I want you to weigh in on how you feel about this.
Yes, it's a pick your opponent system for the playoffs. So if you're that number 1 seed, you get to pick anyone that finished below you to play in that first round of the playoffs.
Looks like the only deviation I'm seeing from a standard seeding is the town picked the 6th seed instead of the 7 in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and it's actually gotten pretty wild before these past couple of years when they've been doing this. I think it's a really interesting concept.
It's every round. It's every round, right? So if you win, if you're the 1
so the
seed,
next
you
round.
win this round, you can pick whoever wins out of the other 3 as your next opponent.
Yep.
I like it.
You like it? I like it too.
Makes it's,
it adds a little juice in there.
It adds a little
you know?
juice for sure, and it's actually an advantage over the team that might just be really hot, getting that last seed, and it also provides a little drama because if you're that 6th seed You're like, dang, man.
Okay, they
They're
called
picking
us
on
out.
us. Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. And I feel like in soccer, maybe more than any other sport, stylistic matchups are very big.
Yep.
Especially for a one-off playoff kind of format.
Yeah, it's not so much like baseball where everyone's kind of just playing,
Correct.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
I mean,
I didn't think of
your
it that
lineup.
way.
Your
I
lineup
didn't
might
think
do
of it
well
that
against
way.
better pitchers.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, let's jump to MLS.
Oh, we're doing MLS.
We're doing MLS,
like
man.
this.
We're running
All right.
we're running out of MLS. So how about your quick takeaways for week 35?
We've got
of the 97 week season.
We've got one more week of MLS regular season to go.
But Philly has already locked up the Supporters Shield.
Yes, Philly.
That's your first
lift
takeaway.
The trophy. Supporters Shield. They get the first trophy of the MLS postseason.
Is this the plate?
Quote unquote.
It's
It is the plate.
It's a plate. Okay.
It is the plate.
All right.
San Diego stays hot. San Diego's tied with Vancouver, who's my third
It's
takeaway.
in Southern California, it is usually hot. Go on.
At the top of the West on 60 points, Vancouver demolished the Quakes. Vancouver put 4 past the San Jose Earthquakes. Thomas Muller gets a penalty. Sebastian Berhalter scores 2 absolute bangers from outside of the box. Who is the best in the West? Because there's about 3 teams that could finish first. LAFC being that extra team. And the Golden Boot race is tight. The Golden Boot race is between Lionel Messi and Denny Bouanga of LAFC.
I've heard of one of those people.
Each
That's
have
good.
2 games left.
Okay.
It's yet to
Is
be
Messi
seen.
going to win it?
It's yet to be seen if Messi will be
Will he
playing
even
in both
play?
those games because he's with the national team.
Oh, okay. I figured they'd rest him, but soccer doesn't rest players. They run him into the ground and play him 90 games a year.
Not a lot of switch up in my power rankings, but
Okay.
you got Seattle, who I think has been very good in the second portion of the season.
Have you always spelled out international like that?
I have.
Okay.
These are all taken from their website.
It's their official
Yep.
way of doing it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So many misspelled words. Okay. That is your MLS power rankings. How about that?
How about it?
You know what time it is, Lou.
I do know what time it is.
It's time for the weird soccer story of the week as we wrap up another Thursday. Great program. Again, appreciate Marissa Lewis joining us from EWU earlier. Go back and watch it if you missed it. But for now, it's time for the weird soccer story of the week, Lou. And what do we got?
Yeah, in 2010, Andrew Amers Morrison was appointed manager of the Seychelles national football team.
Okay.
He was appointed after visiting the country on holiday, and football officials mistakenly believed him to be Scottish former Man City player Andy Morrison.
So we have okay, but his name is actually Andrews Amers Morrison.
Yes. The chairman of the Seychelles Football Federation eventually found out and conceded. He said, "We thought we were getting the real Andy Morrison." They initially signed him to a 2-year contract. They reduced it to 6 months once they realized their error, and then they ended up sacking him 2 weeks later.
Well, yeah. Yeah, of course you do.
But how does that even happen, Stuart?
That is a tremendous question. Do they have the internet in the Seychelles?
It's an island.
Maybe it wasn't good that day. Wow. Fun backstory on this. This could happen to me, by the way. Because there is a Stuart Weber in the world of soccer.
This is true.
He was the sporting director, so basically the general manager for our U.S. audience, of Norwich City. And multiple times in my Instagram, I received messages from like global soccer players trying to get me to watch their tape.
Stuart, sign me.
And I forwarded them to Nathan and said, hey, sign these guys to the Armada. No, I didn't do that. But I did get multiple comments from people saying, sign me, look at my tape. And I'm like, sorry, man, you got the wrong Stuart Weber, but it's spelled exactly the same. Like if you Google Stuart Weber, you'll find Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jacks. But you'll also find I don't know if he's still with Norwich City. He may or may not be. But a high soccer executive in Stuart Weber. So there you go. Right? Am I right? The chat knows. The chat knows. Let's see. Yeah, he was most recently with Norwich City. I don't think he is anymore. So, and we're almost the same age. He's 41. I'm 40. Craziness. All right. That is going to do it for this edition of Fleet and Footy. Appreciate everybody joining us on the program. And I'll talk to you from London next week, Lou.
Yep.
You'll still be sitting right there.
Right here.
All right. Look forward to that.